Hi students, today we are learning about new chapter magnetism and matter. Okay, before starting this lesson, please open the books and write down the all important points related to these concepts. Okay, magnetism. We learn about the magnetism in 10th class, I think. Okay, what is magnetism? Magnetism is the phenomenon in which we are studied about the properties exhibited by magnets. Here, lesson consisting of the word matter that indicates that it is also discuss about the properties of magnetic materials. Okay. Nowadays, we are using this concept of magnetism, in various fields. For example, if you take some appliances like TV or refrigerator, in the TV or refrigerator, we always having the magnets, and I think some people are hear the classes by using the headphones or the earphones. If you wear the earphones, just open the earphones and try to put nearer to each other, then they are repel each other. Just to try. That indicates even your earphones consisting of the magnets. Not only that, if you go to that ATM machine, otherwise in your debit card or credit cards, backside of the debit card or credit card it contains some magnetic stripe. This is a magnetic stripe. Here the total information of your account will be available there. So if you want to make disturb the any account, just if you remove this magnetic stripe, the entire information is lost. So we are using these magnetism concepts in various fields in nowadays. Okay. Now in this lesson, we are discussing about particularly bar magnets. Bar magnets are generally in the rectangular shape. Okay. Otherwise, we know there are certain magnets which are in the shape of horseshoe. These are called horseshoe magnets. These horseshoe magnets are regularly using in dynamos. Dynamo, we are using the horseshoe magnets. And some circular magnets are there. The circular magnets are used in the speakers. So these are circular magnets which are present in the speakers of your home theater. I think this is the one speaker. Okay, this is a circular magnet. This circular magnet which is present in the home theater in my house. Okay, let us see about the basic definitions related to the magnetism. The first one is pole. What is a pole? The places in a magnet where the attractive power is maximum is called as poles. The places in a magnet where the attractive power is more. For example, if you take a bar magnet, okay, this bar magnet is dipped in the iron filing. I think in our childhood we are playing with iron filings. Okay, that bar magnet is taken inside the sand and we collected some iron filing. If you sprinkled on the magnet, then what happens? That iron filing will be more concentrated at these places, and it is distributed lightly here. Do you remember now? So the places where the attractive power is more is called as poles. So in a magnet, we are always considering about the two poles. One is north pole, another one is south pole. Okay, these north pole and south poles are not located at ends of the magnet. Please keep in mind, they are just nearer to the ends, not at ends of the magnet. They are at nearer to the ends, and the region where the attractive power is less is named as the neutral region. More attracting power places are poles, less attracting power places is neutral region. Generally, it is located at the center of the bar magnet. Okay. Now, let us see about some basic properties of the magnet. The first property, everyone well known about this property. Like poles repel each other, and unlike poles attract each other. So, if you take two bar magnets, and if you placing here one north pole and here if you south pole, unlike poles are attract each other, so these two magnets are come closer to each other. If you take one magnet south pole, another magnet south pole, like poles always repel each other, that's why they are moving apart. Okay, this property you are well known about this one. And the second one, attractive property. Magnets not only attracts the another magnets, it is also attracts some magnetic materials like iron, nickel, cobalt. Like these materials also attracted by the magnet. Let us see. This is the board now. Our duster also contains a magnet. So it is attracted now. So the attractive property which indicates the magnets which are not only attracts the another magnets, it is also attracts some magnetic materials. Okay, and next one, directive property. What is the next property? Directive property. Directive property means if you take a bar magnet and it is suspended freely in air, then this bar magnet always shows north and south directions of the earth. Okay, I think we are using the compass now. Compass needle, on compass needle a small magnet is pivoted on a small portion. Okay, small needle, then it always shows the north and south directions of the earth now. So that is the property called as directive property. Okay, next, the most important property is magnet is always available in pairs only. Okay, that indicates if you take a bar magnet, if you break into two parts, then each part contains two poles. Not only break into two parts, if you divide into n equal number of parts, then each tiny portion also contains two poles. So, the most important point in the properties of the magnet is magnets magnetic poles are always in pairs. Okay, they are always available in pairs, and monopoles are do not exist. This is the one of the major difference between the electricity and magnetism. Isolated positive charge or negative charge is available, but individual poles are not available in the magnets, because even the tiny portion also it contains the two poles, north and south poles. Clear? Next one. Inductive property. Induction. I think we learn in the electricity also. Due to inductive property, if any magnetic material is taken nearer to a magnet, for example, it is a magnet now. For this magnet, I take one pin. This is a magnetic material, is made up of with the iron. Okay, steel. So if you take nearer to this magnet, then on this magnetic material, unlike poles are induced on this magnetic material. That means if suppose it is taken as north, if you take it is nearer to it, then this end contains the south pole and opposite end contains the north pole. So that's why it attracts. Not only that part, if you connected another one also, it is another pin. Not only that pin, if you want to connect one nail, so this is called as inductive property. So due to inductive property, what happens? Whenever a magnetic material taken nearer to the magnet, then on the magnetic material, poles are induces. Okay, opposite pole is always induces nearer to the magnet. This is called inductive property. Okay, so these are the basic properties of the magnet. First one, everyone knows, like poles are repel each other and unlike poles are attract each other. And the second one is attractive property. We know some materials are always attracted by the magnet. This property is called attractive property. Directive property. If you suspended a bar magnet freely, then it always aligned in the direction of north and south of the earth. Next, magnetic poles are always exist in pairs. Always exist in pairs only. Monopoles are do not exist. And inductive property, that magnetic material is taken nearer to a magnet, and opposite poles are appear. And the last one is repulsion is sure test for magnetism. This word also used in the electricity. Repulsion is the sure test for the magnetism, because if you take a magnet nearer to it, if you place another magnet or any another magnetic material, it attracts. So we can't say due to attraction whether the magnet has which pole, but only like poles or similar poles only repel each other. That's why repulsion is always the best test for magnetism. Okay, these are the basic properties of magnet. Okay, for a bar magnet, we said poles are always exist nearer to the edges. Let this is North Pole and this is South Pole. North Pole is always analogous to the positive charge in the electricity, and the South Pole is resembles like negative charge in the electricity. Okay, keep in mind. Now let O be the center of the magnet, then the length from the O to L is taken as L and O to S is also taken as L. Then the distance between the two poles is called as magnetic length 2L. What is 2L? 2L is nothing but magnetic length, or also called as effective length, 2L bar. 2L bar indicates it is a vector quantity. It is always directed from the south to north. Okay. The units of magnetic length. Length indicates the units are meter and the dimensional formula is L. Magnetic length is independent on the shape of the body. It depends only on the positions of the poles. Where is the poles are available? On that, the effective length or shortest distance is always taken as the magnetic length of a magnet. Understand? Now, see, the actual length of the magnet is called as geometrical length. What is geometrical length? The actual length of the magnet. From the figure, the actual length is always more than the magnetic length now. So, the relation between the magnetic length and geometrical length is magnetic length is equal to 5 by 6 of geometrical length. Sometimes in the question they said geometrical length, but always you are using magnetic length in formulas. So if they said the geometrical length or actual length, then the relation between magnetic length and geometrical length is magnetic length is equal to 5 by 6 into geometrical length. Okay, so geometrical length is always more compared with the magnetic length. For example, take one semicircular magnet whose radius is r, you take, then here north pole is there and here south pole is there. So geometrical length means the actual length of the magnet. So this is half of the circumference. So geometrical length value becomes circumference total value 2 pi r, but it is only half part, that's why pi r. Next, what is magnetic length? Magnetic length is nothing but the effective length or the shortest distance between the two poles of the magnet. So here to here, what is the shortest distance? Called diameter na? Diameter value 2r. So the magnetic length value here is 2r. Understand? Now, we would like to know about pole strength. It is denoted by the small m. In some textbooks, it is denoted by Qm, because in electricity, the charges, the function of charges what we learn in electricity, it is similar in the magnetism. Hence, sometimes it is denoted by the Qm or smaller. What is pole strength? The pole strength is nothing but the ability of magnetic pole to attract or repel another pole or magnetic material. What is pole strength? The ability of magnetic pole to attract or repel another pole or magnetic material. The units of pole strength are ampere meter, denoted by AM, and its dimensional formula is ampere dimensional formula A, meter means length na AL. So dimensional formula of pole strength is AL, and it is a scalar quantity. Magnetic length vector, but pole strength is a scalar quantity. Okay, the pole strength is mainly depends on nature of material of magnet and also area of cross section. For example, if you take a bar magnet like this, next this is the area of cross section now. If this area of cross section is changes, pole strength is changes. If this area of cross section is not changed, pole strength does not vary and depends on the nature of the material of the magnet. Okay, this is about the pole strength. Now, magnetic dipole and magnetic dipole moment. It is denoted by the capital M. Dipole. Dipole indicates two poles now. So, if two poles of equal strength and opposite in nature are separated by certain distance is always called as a dipole. What is dipole? Two poles of equal in magnitude but opposite in nature are separated by certain distance. Nothing but it is a bar magnet now. So bar magnet is always called as a magnetic dipole. Let it will be south and this is the north pole. And the distance between the two poles is indicated by the magnetic length 2L bar na. We discussed now only. Okay, so what is magnetic dipole moment? The magnetic dipole moment is also named as magnetic moment, is defined as product of one of the pole strength. So pole strength is indicated by the M. If it is north pole, it is indicated by plus Qm or plus M. If it is south pole, pole strength is denoted as minus Qm or minus M. Okay. So, what is magnetic moment? Product of pole strength into magnetic length. So, magnetic length is a vector quantity we said. So, magnetic moment also vector quantity. It is in the direction of south to north again. The direction of magnetic moment is always from south to north. The units of capital M. The units of pole strength are, we said ampere meter, and length units are meter now. So meter into meter, ampere meter square. So the units of magnetic moment are ampere meter square and its dimensional formula is A L square. Okay, so this is magnetic moment or magnetic dipole moment, which is similar to the electric dipole moment. Understand? So today we are discussing about some points na basic properties of magnets, magnetic length, magnetic pole strength, and finally magnetic moment. On tomorrow's class, we are discussing about how this magnetic moment varies with pole strength and magnetic length and some applications related to these concepts. Okay? Are you understand everything? Please practice all these contents once, then tomorrow's class is easy to you. Okay na? Thank you.